Hello there. Did you ever see one of the pieces that perhaps that I wove, or maybe another weaver, and you see there's a change in color? And you're trying to figure out, how did that happen? Well, let me share with you how this is done. We're going to take a look at one of my warps that I dyed. It's already chained up, and typically when I dye the yarn, it's all opened up. It's not kind of connected together as I'm going to share with you now. What I do, if you haven't seen some of my other recordings, is that I usually take some different tubs of water, mix dye in it, and I drape my yarn into each container. So let's take a look at this one. This happens to be tencel yarn. And one end, it starts to be a chocolate brown. And then we move on to a purple. And next is a really pretty green. Then it goes into a darker green. And you can tell it changes color there. And now we're going to go to a green. And then it goes to, I've already taken it apart, it goes to a purple. And if we take a look at this section here, you can see where it starts to go from green to purple. Now, when you wind all of this on the loom, you're not going to get a straight line, like there it is and there's the next color. What happens is a little shifting goes on and you get this really neat pattern. I'm going to go now over to one of my looms and I'm going to show you what it looks like on the loom, and I'll do a little weaving. See that I've been weaving with a kind of a salmon color, and what I did was dyed one section salmon. I already have a couple of yards woven, and now it's going to change to this charcoal gray, kind of almost a black color. And you can see, as I said, it doesn't go straight from this salmon color right to this charcoal black or gray. There's shifting going on, and that's what happens. It's also when you dye the yarn, some of the yarn maybe gets, it's not as straight as the other lined up, and this is what I'm looking for. And so what I'm going to do is I'll weave a little bit of weaving here for this pattern. This is an 8-shaft loom. The yarn is tencel. Let me pause for a minute. Now, right now, what's going to happen, I'm going to be weaving this color into this section here. If I wanted it to really pop and I wanted this to be really black, I would then change on to a black yarn and weave with the black. But in this case, I want to continue with this shade until I get to the, till I get finished with this particular piece. I'm going to do one more all the way across. And the yarn that is in the warp, just so you know, the yarn that's in the warp and the yarn that's in the weft are all hand dyed. So what I'll do is I'll continue weaving and you'll see what happens. Maybe I'll give a little picture of what it looks like with this going on to this color. You can see now that I am beyond the salmon color. I'm in the charcoal, kind of a black combination. It's all hand dyed. And like I said before, the yarn that I'm weaving with is also hand dyed. I'm just going to do a little bit of weaving here with this pattern. And I have a few more to go till I finish the pattern. But that is what it looks like while it's on the loom. It'll be maybe another week or so until I get this off the loom.